Hey there, Blessed Mama. We are here to help you, the working mom, manage your personal and professional life without losing your mind. This is a podcast for you. I'm Blair Critch, and I went from a teacher to a stay-at-home to a 7-figure online business owner. And listen, that didn't happen overnight. It happened after we actually hit rock bottom. Bankruptcy that shook us. Then to find out my husband had an addiction problem, I decided that day I would grow and learn how to build a flexible business of freedom. Now today, I'm passionate about teaching other women the exact same thing through systems and strategies full of faith, fun, and drive.
What is up? I am Kelly Hoover, retired corporate pharmaceutical rep to network marketing millionaire and small business owner. After recovering from a brain tumor, I knew I wanted to go after my dreams and make life happen. Quit waiting around for the perfect time. So I learned social media and how to master my time, and then the magic really started happening. If you are looking to create connections and own your time management skills, then this is the place for you. Let's do it.
Welcome back to Blessed Mama Bosses podcast. It's Blair Critch today, all alone, but I'm so excited about this week's episode about self-care. Is self-care selfish? And how do you know the right self-care strategy for you? Well, I am so excited to be sharing this with you today. This is something that both Kelly and myself are both passionate about. And today I really wanted to dive into this subject. I want you to think, do you spend time taking care of you? Remember when you get on an airplane and you're getting ready for takeoff and they always explain that you should put your face mask on for oxygen on first and then help the kids and others beside you? Why do they even do that? Isn't that just self-explanatory? No, it's not. No, it's not. Here's why. A lot of great entrepreneurs are great because they care about others. They want others to have success, or they want to solve a problem that others have. And that's how they found their success in their business. Therefore, it's important to understand to put on your oxygen mask first to help others. Same thing is what self-care is all about. It's making sure you're taking care of yourself so that you can go out and serve and help others. Those of you that are following us and have the same faith as us, Jesus shows this example after example after example when he was here on earth. Yes, he was 100% man, but he was 100% God. And so he had those same feelings and trials and pulls that we have as humans. And here's what he would do. He would go and find that time alone. He would go and spend time with the people that he knew would build him up. He would go and eat when he was supposed to and fast when he was supposed to and all these different things. That is a great example of still being servant-hearted, but taking care of yourself. So today we're going to talk about how to do that, how to find the right self-care for you. I will never forget, it was actually just within this last month that somebody in our community, inside of our Blessed Mama Bosses free community, which, hold on one second, if you're not in there, you need to join us. This community is amazing, and the women that are in there are absolutely amazing. It's blessedmamabossesgroup.com. Will take you directly to our Facebook group. Now listen, inside of there, we had one of our amazing participants ask how to do self-care. She's older, and she said she had never heard of this term self-care until just recently. And she wanted to know, how do you define it? Or what does it mean for her? How can she use it? And what does that mean? Like, what is she supposed to do with that? And so that really got us thinking. And I'm curious, what would be your answer if somebody asked you, what is self-care and how do you do it? Really, I want to know, what is self-care and how do you do it? Think about that, because that is actually your definition, and it's not the same definition for everybody. So for me personally, when I hear what is self-care and how do you do it, the very first thing I think of is pampering myself, which actually is not really linked to my self-care all that much. So the definition sometimes gets lost in translation, right? So I stop and I think, what is self-care? Well, self-care to me is taking time to heal my mind, to heal my body, and to heal my soul. Some of those things are done daily, some of those things are done weekly, and some of those things are done monthly. Some are once a year, right? Or 2 times a year, like going away for a weekend on a retreat to grow, to learn, to fill up my cup, right? Some of these things are done every single day, like journaling or walking outside in the sunshine. Some things are done only once a week, like maybe a massage or a yoga class. So we're going to get more into that today. But I want you to think, what is self-care to you, and what does it look like if somebody asked you that? Now, how that looks is different for everybody. So today we're going to walk through that and let's talk about if it's selfish or not first. Why is self-care not selfish? Because when you hear the word self, right, and you're talking about yourself, it feels like it should be, but it's not. So stop for a second and be honest. Do you feel that self-care is selfish? Yes or no? And I want to know why. So tag us on Instagram at blessmamabosses_ and let us know why. Why do you think self-care is not selfish, or why do you think self-care is selfish? And give us that explanation. We want to hear it, and we will share you out with our whole social media platform as well for answering that question, because I think it's a really important one that we stop and evaluate. So in Success Magazine, which is one of my all-time favorite magazines, they said it perfectly. Self-care helps you mold authenticity. You know, that moment you decide to give yourself a few minutes of the day, you're also allowing yourself to be more authentic. It's a way to truly get to know yourself better. And if you think you already know yourself, think again. There is so much more about us than what you just see on the surface of yourself. And you really have to dig and take the time to do it. That's why self-care molds authenticity. Self-care also can help you find your true purpose because you learn to listen and trust yourself. Whew, that's not always an easy one, is it? Self-care also helps to empower you to connect with your true inner self, which therefore can help you to be more powerful. Self-care also helps you with your mental and physical health. Yes, people, it does. Since I have been going through this cancer journey and during those 6 months of chemo, and even now after, book after book, article after article, research after research shows that taking self-care will help you heal, whether it's an emotional healing that needs to be done, a mental healing that needs to be done, or an actual physical healing that needs to be done. You know, we just don't take as much time to do those things as they used to do back in the day. They had a lot more time to sit around, to think, to write, to journal, to relax. We just don't have that. We are a very fast pace. Plus, you add on social media, it's a lot. So having that time of self-care will allow you to help heal mentally and physically. Self-care also allows you to serve better because once your cup is full, you can pour from it. We can't pour from an empty cup, right? We've all heard that saying, and it's so true. I mean, stop right now and think about a cup. If you have nothing in it, how can you serve others? How can you truly show up as the leader that you want to be? How can you truly make the money you want to make? How can you truly change lives if you have nothing left in you? If you are running yourselves ragged and you are exhausted and tired, you won't have anything to pour out of. It's actually one of the biggest reasons I feel like Kelly and myself hold each other accountable to making sure we get that self-care time every single week and realizing that it's not selfish. But it's also one of the biggest reasons why Kelly and myself found our current product that we're a part of, because we were tired, exhausted, run down, and stressed out. And we both knew we couldn't serve others that way. And so when we found the product that we're both currently on, we felt better within the very first week. We were sleeping better. We had all day sustainable energy. We felt amazing. And because of that, we were able to start doing the things that we knew were important for our self-care. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about what self-care looks like, but I want you to think about that. If you're not feeling good, it's really hard to do self-care. So, whether that's, asking Kelly and I what our products are and letting us help you, or asking somebody else about what products they use, or going to find your own, whatever that looks like, take care of yourself first so that you can even do your self-care. Because if you are exhausted, run down, and stressed out, you're not going to have the time or the capability to be able to do that. So we talked about why self-care is not selfish, the things that it can actually do for you. But what does self-care look like? Hey there, blessed mama. We know this last year has been quite the journey between COVID, between political uproar, and all the things that have kept us from doing the things that we absolutely love to do, like getting together with other like-minded women. So we knew that we needed to host our very first annual Blessed Mama Bosses retreat this fall. So join us September 24th through 26th for Bringing Me Back Retreat. Listen, you're not going to have to do anything. Put those feet up, relax, fill up your cup so you can come home not only better at your business, but better as a mom, better as an entrepreneur, better as a wife or a friend or a daughter. You have many roles, and we are here to fill up your cup and have you spend a weekend getting pampered, being taken care of, but best of all, making sure that you fill your body, mind, and soul. you're not going to want to miss out on this weekend in Orlando, Florida, where we're going to have so much fun, learn a ton, and even have a professional life coach. So if you want more information, go check it out at bmbretreat.com. We have a special going on right now through the month of May, and you're not going to want to miss out. Hey, and grab a friend, whether they're in the same business as you or they don't even have a business at all. No matter who they are, they will love this retreat. So we cannot wait to see you there. Check it out at bmbretreat.com. It's a great question, isn't it? Because for everybody, it's going to look a little bit different. But here's a few things that I have found when I polled some people and asked on my stories, what does self-care look like? People said time alone. They said journaling. And I would highly recommend setting up timers and doing journaling. I mean, huge, 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 especially for me during my recovery these last few months. I mean, it's been huge. Morning routine, people said, exercise, meditation, listening to music, reading a book that brings you joy, stretching. People put Pilates, yoga. People put massage, acupuncture, facial, pedicures. I even had some people who said just sitting outside in the sun or bare feet in the grass. Some people said heading to a beach or a pool, making a healthy meal, girls' night, laughing, taking a bath, family time. These were all different things that people said meant self-care to them. So I want you to think, what does self-care look like for you? What do you do for self-care? We want you to share with us inside of our free community today. You're going to see a post up all about this right now inside of our free community if you're listening to this in June of 2021, because who knows, you might be listening to this 3 or 4 years from now, God willing. So if you are listening to it here in June of 2021, go check out our group. Hopefully you're already a part of it and you engage in there. But post underneath this post and share, or comment underneath this post and share, what does self-care look like for you and what do you do? Give people ideas, because I do think that everybody's self-care is a little bit different. And then take 10 things that you love to do for yourself. I want you to write out 10 things. Now, some of you are driving right now. Some of you are making dinner. Some of you are getting ready. It's why I love making our podcast 15 or 20 minutes or less, so you guys can do that. But I want you to go back if this is not the right time for you. Commit to, in the next 24 hours, you're going to write a list of 10 things you love to do for yourself. For yourself. I'm emphasizing that. Okay, Mama? Those are self-care. Then I want you to put them in order of what can be done weekly, what can be done daily, what can be done monthly due to price or time or limited availability, etc. Okay? Then I want you to put those on your calendar. Yes, I want you to literally put it on the calendar. When is it going to get done? Which ones are daily? Which ones are weekly? Which ones are monthly? And how much time will those things take for you? Okay. So every Sunday when you're doing your calendar planning, you should see some of those self-care items on your calendar for the week, right? So here's an example. Here are my 10. Okay. It's morning devotion, which includes prayers, gratitudes, etc. Okay. We do it as a family. So it also fills my cup with that. Bath. I love to take a nice bath with Epsom salts. Reading fiction books. They fill my heart up. Walking on the beach. It always brings me joy. Stretching or a yoga class. Well, those end up being an hour to an hour and a half. So, it might not be something I could do every day. Massage, pedicure, green smoothies, journaling, exercise. Those are the ones that came to my head when I wrote my list of 10 that I just challenged you to do. Now, how do I put these in order? Well, which things can I do every single day? Which things are just once a week? Which things are only once a month, right? And one thing I didn't put on there, because it's only once or twice a year, is going away for a weekend. Whether that is for a retreat that I've planned, like we have Bless Mama Boss's retreat coming up in the fall. That's one of mine for the year. Or maybe a retreat that I'm personally paying and going to be filled up. And I'm not talking about my yearly conference for my company, because those are actually exhausting. As much as I love them and I'm committed to going to them, and they 100% increase my business by 10% every time I go, they don't really fill me up. They kind of deplete me because I'm so busy running around seeing everybody and learning. And by the time I come home, I'm exhausted. Even though it's a good exhausted, it's exhausted. All right. So I'm looking at this list of 10 that I just read you. And how am I going to put these in order? Well, green smoothies, I can make every single day. It's on my calendar. My devotion morning time on my calendar every single day. First thing in the morning, we do that at 7 a.m. Then I have my green smoothies that I'm going to make right after. Another thing that I do almost daily is exercise, right? That I do pretty much every day. It's on my calendar. Where am I doing that? Then almost every night I'll have a bath. So depending on what my nighttime schedule looks like, I try to do a bath before I even go and hang out with my family. So it's usually sometime after dinner. The next thing is, I'm looking at this walking on the beach. That's only once a week. Where is it on my calendar? Reading a fiction book. I do that 2 times a week. I usually will add that into a bath time so I can do 2 things at once, maybe even throw on a face mask, right? That is great self-care. Journaling. I do that at least 3 times a week. It's on my calendar when I'm going to spend 10 or 15 minutes setting a timer in complete quiet, maybe some classical music or some praise music is about it. I'm really just taking that 10 or 15 minutes to write down whatever is on my heart, my mind. And if I don't have something, I use one of our journal prompts. Have you ever seen our journal prompts? They're amazing. You can get them inside of our free community, Bless Mama Bosses. If you go to guides and see free resources, you'll see a bunch of our journal prompts there. Those really help me on the days where I just don't feel like I have anything to write or I'm not really thinking about anything in particular. I said walking on the beach, right? That's scheduled on my calendar once a week. That stretch yoga class, it takes me about 90 minutes. That's once a week on the calendar, usually Saturday mornings. I actually do a massage right now weekly because I bought a big package. She comes to our house. It's been really helping me with my healing for my surgeries that I had. So that's weekly. It's on the calendar. And then pedicure, that's every 3 weeks. So it's somewhere on the calendar. That's a self-care for me because it takes time to get there. I don't allow myself to work during that 30-minute pedicure. I turn on a TV show or I read a book while I'm getting my pedicure. So I'm enjoying it. Listen, what are your top 10? How can you put those in order? What are the things you can do daily? What are the things that you can do weekly? What are the things you can do once a month? Put it down and then show up on your calendar. Show up for you. Self-care is not selfish. I hope that is the number one thing you learned out of today. And listen, if you want more ideas, go to our free community. It's important that you find ways for self-care, and we would love to make sure that our community helps you do that. You can find it at blessmamabossesgroup.com. It'll take you straight to our Facebook group. And listen, another important way of self-care is taking things off your plate. Listen, you're building a business, you're growing a team, you have a family, you're running your household, you're also probably a wife, you're a daughter, you're a friend, you're a neighbor. We have lots of roles as women. And sometimes one of the best things you can do for self-care is taking something off your plate. We have our social media done for you every single month. Take that social media madness off your plate. Join us inside of Inner Circle. If you've never gone to check out what is that membership community that we have, it's innercirclebnb.com. Don't forget to put the HTTP and www and all that jazz in front of it, but it's innercirclebnb.com. And that is really an amazing way to do some self-care by taking something off your plate. And if you want to have a retreat weekend, a weekend where your cup is filled, where you're going to go home feeling on fire for your purpose and your passion, you won't have to cook or clean for anybody that weekend. You will be learning, you'll be growing, there will be downtime, there will be pool time. If you do VIP, there's even a spa time. It is going to be amazing. We're going to have a life coach there, a photographer. So go check out bmbretreat.com or send us a quick message. We'd love to give you all the details and help you decide if it's the right fit for you or not. And to see if we even have space, because we only have a limited amount of space of people that can come. And we're hoping it will be sold out before June even hits. But never know, we might have a spot or 2 left. So reach out to us. We would love to get you more information on that as well. Again, that's bmbretreat.com. So listen, we love having you this weekly. We love hopping on this podcast with you weekly, but we want to hear from you. What do you want more of? What are the things that you would like us to coach on? Whether it's for business, for life, for faith, for family, for fun, whatever it is, we're here to serve you, to serve this community, to serve you, the mama who's trying to scale her business to 6 figures and beyond without sacrificing time with your family. So let us know. What do you want us to talk about? Reach out to us at blessmamabosses_ on Instagram, or you can always email us at blessedmamabosses@gmail.com. We cannot wait to hear from you. We hope you join us at our retreat weekend and fill up your own cup and make that list of 10. What are your 10 self-cares and how are you going to fit them in daily, weekly, or monthly? Can't wait to hear from you. Have a great day. Make it a great day for others.
We hope you enjoyed this episode and want to hang out with us more. Join us inside our Facebook community. You can find us at www.blessedmamabossesgroup.com. We'll see you inside.